There are words I never said enough, not because they weren't in my heart, but because time moved too fast and I thought there would always be more of it. I thought the days would stretch longer. I thought the right moment would come, and I would speak. But the moments passed, and the words stayed hidden in the quiet. Still, I watched love linger on your face like the sunset that doesn't need permission to shine. You were not the storm that shook me. You were not the flame that burned. You were the quiet after both. You were the calm behind the closed door, the steady breath that held the world together when mine was falling apart. You were the hands that gently patched what life had torn. You were the strength I never stopped to thank. You taught me more through silence than all the noise in the world. In your quiet way, you showed me how to rise when broken, how to love without loudness, how to give without needing to be seen. Our love never shouted from rooftops, but it reached farther than sound could travel. It was never dressed in grand speeches or promises dressed in silver, but it stood firm like a mountain no wind could bend. You never asked for much. You just gave. Again and again. Even when the world asked too much of you, even when no one saw the weight you carried, you kept giving. So now, when the weight of all I didn't say presses heavy on my heart, I write. I shape this letter with the bones of truth and the softness of feeling. I write not just to speak, but to finally let you hear what silence has been holding all along. For every time you lifted me up without asking for thanks, for every moment you stood beside me when I couldn't find my footing, I offer these words. Late, but true. I offer this truth because you deserve to be seen, not just remembered. Even now in the quiet I hear your name. It floats through the air like a soft prayer, like the whisper of the moon when the world is too tired to shine. You are not gone from me. You are the promise that still lives in my chest. Your touch, even when not near, is a song I've always known. It plays in my mind like a lullaby that brings the stars closer. Every brush of your skin was like being touched by the sky. Every sigh was a poem I never wrote. I see you in my dreams, not as a shadow but as light, constant, soft, and deep. Your eyes held a whole world I never dared to dream, a world I now live in, because of you. Your laughter still echoes in the places no one sees. It fills the corners of me that once felt empty. It reminds me of joy when I forget what joy feels like. In your arms I found my resting place. Not an end, but a return. A space where I didn't need to explain myself. A space where I could just be. A gentle grace that made the chaos of life quieter. I never knew love could be so steady, so sure. I didn't know love could feel like home, not a place but a person. You. With every heartbeat now I learn more of what you gave, more of the depth that I once missed. And it's in the way you looked at me like I was all that mattered. Like the world could be breaking, and you'd still choose to hold my hand. Your gaze, soft yet burning, lit up the darkness. The world could fall apart, but in your arms I always stood tall. I found my courage in you. I found the will to fight the winds and walk through the storms because I knew, no matter how loud life became, your love was louder in its stillness. You were the dream I didn't know I had. You painted my sky blue when all I could see was gray. With every word, every moment, every silent kindness, you gave me more than I ever knew how to ask for. In this dance of ours, where hearts move to a rhythm no one else hears, you held me close and made me believe that love could be real. You never led me with force, but with presence. With that steady, quiet presence that made even the hardest days softer. We moved together like two notes in the same melody, neither trying to outshine the other. You led and I followed, and then I led and you followed. Not because we needed to, but because we trusted, and in every step, in every turn, we chose each other. Through the fire, through the fear, through the laughter and the ache, we chose. And in the soft stillness of night, when words feel too small, I hold you in my heart with a love that has no edges. A love that can't be measured by time or distance. Because in this moment, in this place, you are home to me. You are the light that stays, the grace that lingers, the heart that calls mine back when it starts to drift. We are more than just two people who crossed paths. We are a song, a memory, a story that keeps unfolding. We are waves crashing endlessly against the shore, loud, soft, eternal. I can't promise life will always be gentle. I can't promise every road will be easy. But I promise this: I will walk them with you. I will face the storms. I will stand with you in every battle. Because in your love I found something worth standing for. I will be the voice that says, "We will be okay," when the world goes quiet. I will be the arms that hold when you forget your strength. I will be the hand that reaches out, even when everything feels far. You showed me what love looks like without needing to say it. You showed me how to hold someone without needing to fix them. And now I carry that with me every day. There are days when the world feels too heavy, when even the sky seems to hang lower as if trying to press us down. Days when nothing makes sense, and hope feels like a far-off star. But even then, in that silence, I hear your voice. Gentle, steady, sure. And it reminds me, I've never been alone. You were always there. In the laughter, in the silence, in the ordinary moments that mattered more than the grand ones. You are not just a person I loved. You are the reason I believe in love. In your love, I saw the kind of strength that never had to shout. The kind of beauty that lives in patience, in kindness, in quiet loyalty. You are the one who remembered my smallest fears, who stood with me when I had nothing to offer. You are the reason I am still standing. In the times I didn't know how to speak, you listened. You didn't ask me to explain. You just stayed, in the stillness, in the space between storms. When the world felt too hard to hold, you held me. When I didn't know how to keep going, you stood behind me, steady as the earth. Love isn't always loud. It's in the softest places. In the way your laughter filled the room. In how your silence never felt cold. In how you made my shadows feel like home. And when I think of you now, I don't think of regret. I think of all the ways you taught me how to be better, how to see more, how to love in full color. Even when you were tired, even when you carried your own storms, you made room for mine. That's love. That's the kind of love that doesn't fade. It grows. It roots deep. It blooms in memory and feeling, and in the quiet spaces of the soul. Even when we are apart, I carry you with me. I see you in every act of kindness, in every soft light that breaks through the dark. I feel you when I choose to love without fear. I remember you when I stand tall after falling. You are not just a part of my past. You are the breath in my present, the hope in my future. You are the reason I believe that love, true, quiet, unwavering love, is still real. So if I could ask for just a few minutes, I'd ask to sit with you. I'd say what I didn't before. I'd thank you for your strength, your softness, your steady heart. I'd say you changed everything. Without needing to say a word. I'd tell you that in your love, I found my home. I'd tell you that even now, everything you gave still lives in me. That nothing is lost. That some love doesn't end. It transforms. Because just a few minutes can hold a lifetime. Just a few words can hold everything we were afraid to say. And in this moment I offer them to you. I offer them like a prayer, like a sunrise, like the quiet between heartbeats. I offer you my truth. You are loved. You are seen. You are remembered in every corner of my heart. And nothing, not time, not silence, not distance, can take that away. And there are moments when I sit in quiet, thinking of how much I didn't. Say how many times I let the moment pass, believing there would be another day. But time has wings, and hearts grow weary, and love, though strong, can feel alone. So here I am with open arms, offering what I once postponed. Just a few minutes. That's all I need to tell you things I've stored inside. They're not dressed in fancy words or rhyme, just simple truths I could not hide. Like how I watched you from afar, carrying peace in all you do, and in the way you smiled at pain, I saw a strength I never knew. You were never loud in love, never one to shout or claim, but in the stillness of your giving, I felt my world quietly change. You gave like rivers give to oceans, with no need to take or show. You simply were, a gentle rhythm that taught my heart to slowly grow. You made the hard days feel less sharp, turned sorrow into softened stone, and when I wandered far from light, you waited without casting blame or tone. You gave me space and held me close, all in the same silent breath. That kind of love is not explained. It simply stays. It never left. If I could walk back through our days, I wouldn't change a single scene. But I would speak more, hug you longer, and tell you what you truly mean. You were never just a chapter. You were the story, the ink, the page, and I was learning how to read while you were already writing age. When the world turned gray and harsh, you added color to the air. You lit the skies not with a flare, but with a warmth that's always there. In your hands, I found my rhythm. In your silence, found my song. You taught me that love isn't about loudness but about staying soft and strong.